got to be willing to be uncomfortable to live comfortably. That's just with any area of life, and I know that's a fact for the gym. You're not going to be able to have a physique that you're going to like unless you're willing to put in the work. So unless you're willing to do that, forget about it. It's got to be life or death mentality, whether it's business or whether it's gym. You're going to have it's a life or death situation, that I have to eat this way, or I have to train this way, or I have to put in X amount of hours, or I have to wake up at 0 dark 30 to freaking go to grind on the books what nobody else is going to do because they're going to want to sleep. I like Arnold's philosophy. If you got the 24 hours in the day, you sleep for 6 hours, you got 18 more. If you think of the people that have to sleep 8 to 12 hours, those poor bastards are behind because they don't have enough time to get shit done. So, you got to sleep less sometimes in order to be successful, unless you're already at that level where you figured everything out. That's different. Then you go ahead and sleep in or whatever. You've earned it. If you haven't earned it yet, sometimes you got to give up a little bit of sleep to get to that next level. There's times where I've gone 48 minutes of sleep to 5 hours of sleep consecutively for several weeks, sometimes several months at a time, with very little variation there. Maybe 1 or 2 times in that time frame, maybe getting a decent 6 to 8 hours of sleep, just because it's the way my schedule was, and I had to do it that way, or I wouldn't get everything done that I needed to do. I'd have missed a workout, or I'd have missed a meal, or I'd have missed a work shift, especially when I was doing doubles out at the prison, plus training clients, plus doing 2 hours of cardio, plus doing 4 or 5 hours of weight training a day. When you try to do all those types of things, you don't have that much time. So you got to take it out of your sleep. And if you're going to be a whiner and say, I need 8 to 10 hours, well, Arnold's got the solution for that too. You just sleep a little bit faster, you're good to go. So you got to sometimes have the right mentality to do shit. And sometimes it takes a weird, creative mentality to get to where you want to be too. Right now I'm really laid back. I'm an old man, so, I don't lift super heavy anymore, and I'm not as hardcore as I used to be because I'm old and I got to watch things a little bit more. But when I was younger, I used to be a lot more hardcore. For example, when I used to have the leg press, when I'd have all the things loaded up, so it was like 11 or 13 plates on each side, depending on what gym I was in, what leg press machine I was in. And then there was a bar up on the top. We would load that fucker up with all the plates. And then I'd have, at first, just one person. I worked my way up to 2 people sitting on top of that. So I'd have the 11 to 13 plates on each side, all the plates on the top, 2 people up on top of that. And then I would find, like if I was in Mexico, or if I was in a different environment where there's really hot chicks walking around, because I used to train in the old school gyms where very few hot chicks were at. But you go to these fancy ones with the skylights and all that other bullshit, you get the hot chicks walking around, distracted some of my workout partners and be, hey, fucking right here, dude, get your mind right. Don't be fucking, thinking about shit that's gonna put your gains behind. It's outside of the gym. Stay focused in here. Be in the moment, But how I would use that towards our advantage is to be like this, to teach them this. Be like, look, you see that hot chick over there? Be like, yeah. I said, if I don't get at least 10 to 15 reps with this fucking weight, then that woman is going to die. And then if I do the 10 to 15 reps, not only does she live, but then she gets to be my girlfriend. And I would put into this crazy fantasy, and it sounded kind of ridiculous even to myself as I would explain it to my workout partner. But when I got in there, I got under the weight, I actually started to believe that shit, to where I would visualize going through with a sword like Conan and cutting off people's heads with swords to get to the bad guys to rescue this woman who was in great danger, and saving her. And I would visualize that for the set. And so instead of getting the 10 to 15 reps that I was scared of getting, thinking I'd only get 5 or 10 reps, I'd get 30 reps. Because the visualization was so clear that sometimes when you trick your subconscious mind, it tricks it to where reality and fantasy become intertwined. And you can make that connection with the spirit world to where you're actually able to achieve things that you wouldn't be able to do on a natural level, but more on a supernatural one. So I would do that, and then there was another one where I would do squats, heavy squats, and I would and there'd be times where I might maybe be struggling with 4 or 5 plates, and then all of a sudden I'd bust out like 15, 20 reps when I normally get like 2 or 3, and my buddy was like, "What's up with you today?" I said, "I don't know, man. I just had this vision." Was walking in. I didn't even have a girlfriend at the time.